Mary Ward, the Pilgrim. In the midst of quiet rolling hills, adorned with lush green pines, Mary stood with a deep desire in her heart, in search of some other thing. She heard within her heart the call of the gentle shepherd. The valley indeed was dark, and she in need of courage. She saw him standing there, with hands outstretched in welcome. The sun took over the shadows. The shepherd took over her life. And she knew for sure how precious the tenderness of his love, and trusted the entire journey of a pilgrim to her divine master. Neither the scenic beauty around her, nor the darkness within did deter her focus from the predetermined goal. Mary Ward, a pilgrim, a mystic, and a pioneer, both of apostolic religious life for women and their education, was born in England. She desired to establish one of the first active religious orders for women based on the life of the Jesuits. Today, Mary Ward sisters all over the world bear witness to her vision that women in time to come will do great things. The image of Mary Ward as a pilgrim is so powerful, attesting to her courage, innovation, and desire for women to adopt an apostolic approach to religious life. Mary traveled throughout Europe on foot, in extreme poverty and frequently ill. She did not shrink at the thought of the long, unknown route, the inclement weather, and the perils of the journey. She was determined to go to Rome, since no one but the Pope could help her. The Princess of Brazil cautioned Mary and her 5 companions to travel in pilgrim's clothes for their safety as they set out on Liège on October 21st, 1621. The broad-rimmed hat, a large rosary, an uneven pair of shoes, and a pilgrim's staff formed part of her attire. They covered 30 kilometers a day. On the way, Mary stopped to pray at Our Lady's sanctuary at Loreto. Here she received a deep insight of the hard times soon to confront her, but Mary was absolutely prepared to labor and suffer for Christ. At the end of their 2,000-kilometer journey on foot, Mary knelt down and prayed at St. Peter's Basilica. Thereafter, she presented to the Pope the petition prepared in Liège and the plan of the Institute. She declared her intention with all simplicity and integrity. Nevertheless, the admirable zeal with which she pursued her goal was unable to overcome the stiff opposition. How did Mary manage to endure this painful situation? Humiliated but unbroken, she found resilient joy and peace in uncertain times through her constant recourse to God, who sustained her energy and enthusiasm. Often astonishing was her calm. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, as St. Paul says. Be strong and stand firm, for Yahweh, your God, is going with you. Deuteronomy 31:1. The experience of vulnerability all too often poses a challenge to choose to be open to the other, no matter who the other is. To know the paradoxical power in surrendering ourselves to God, to allow His power to take over and move through our being. It is to know that by ourselves we can do nothing, but with a surrendered heart, We can do all things through the one who strengthens us. We stand at a critical moment in human history, a time when humanity must choose its future. As the world becomes increasingly interdependent and fragile, to move forward, we must recognize that in the midst of a magnificent diversity of cultures, we are one human family with a common destiny. We must focus our attention to build a global society founded on respect for nature, universal human rights, economic justice, and a culture of peace. Towards this end, it is imperative that we, the chosen daughters of Mary Ward, a woman of undaunted heroic virtue, must emphatically declare our responsibility to one another and to future generations. This was the desire of the Pilgrim Mary Ward. So, Lord, we pray, during this new year 2021, come to meet us, teach us the secrets of wisdom, take us into the heart of this new year, and grant us the confidence to journey freely and lovingly along with the Venerable Mary Ward. Thank you.